Hello once again, welcome to another edition of Top 10 Worst Ofs. Top 10 Worst Of lists recognized throughout the Top 10 Worst Of industry as being the premier resource for objectively immense Top 10 Worst Of lists. Profundity at levels that have heretofore never been conveyed. And this is, I believe it's the 120th episode of Top 10 Worst Of Lists. In addition to that, I'm recording this on July 4th, 2026. So, it's like totally like Independence Day and whatnot. Which I think is a good day to delve into the truth behind the facade of obfuscations, hypnotizing social engineering that we've been subjected to all of our lives, from the rooter to the tutor. And today's top 10 list, it's a whopper. I can feel it pulsing in my groinals. Top 10 worst panty droppers. Now, a lot of you people out there might not know what a panty dropper is. I certainly haven't seen a lot of them myself. I mean, look at this. I haven't been a panty dropper since the early 2010s. Mid 2010s. Whew. But I was magnificent for that brief moment in time. It's something that's, makes you weak in the knees. Something that shivers your timbers. Wins the war for the enemy. Maybe not that last one so much. So, these are things that, turn people on to the point where they just just totally can't handle it. And it's time to drop trowel. Except this is a worst of list, so it can get a little confusing. I know that I'm confused. I don't even know what am I doing here. This is the 7th episode that I've done. I've been up since 3 in the morning. I thought, Independence Day, that's a good day to really, push myself. There's so much, greatness in the air. And I feel this is total honesty, if I might digress for a minute. I wrote this and posted it at a friend's website. For declarations of independences. While I don't truly believe that wait, I need a little bit of music. Bring my co-host, super cheap, ultra cheap, /free, special effects console board. Wait, here we go. Yes. Let's see here. Can I do this? I can't do this. I gotta evacuate it to... It's, what you call it, that poison gases stuff that, where they got the gas in the thing with the detectors, ozone gas. Do they have ozone gas in apartments? Wait, no. Tropical sunrise, cocktails for two, self-contained, mixed cocktail drinks in a jar. Detectors for carbon monoxide. Is it the carbon monoxides? No, the radioactive ones. It's the one that's radioactives. For radioactives in the home. My hand is a little bit better than it was in my previous tapings. I can type a little bit better. What is that stuff they call it? Radiation detectors, vermin, Radio City Music Hall, Geiger counters. What kind of stupid ass? See, this is always the way it is. they get you so bad when you're on their list. They will actually modify your results from like a plain old Google search and keep you searching for simple stuff for like an hour. Everybody else like typing like what's the radioactive stuff that they got when they need the smoke detector type of device in your basement. And they'll put it in there and they go and like push the button and then you get the results. And it's just like Ozymandias or whatever the hell. But for me, no, I got it like, here I am, my third search here. My brain isn't functioning enough. But it's like the thing with the various different detectors in the home, maybe, I don't know. Detectors in the home. Maybe type of hidden camera. Photoelectric smoke detectors. Carbon monoxides. This is not as funny of a joke as carbon monoxide. CO detectors, best smoke carbon monoxide. Put it in your basement. What is a guy got to do to get a goddamn name for a goddamn chemical thing in the freaking goddamn. Here I'm 5 freaking hours later, still looking for the same goddamn thing that's supposed to be. What the hell? Cool. Simple. What is this? God damn it! What the hell? They got the things, and it's in the basement. But somebody put it in the freaking comments. Radon. Freaking radon. How could that not come up on the very first search where I go detectors in the home, put in basement? How does that not come up on a freaking goddamn? You've seen it. You're a witness. Now you're a witness now. Now I need to, what you call it? Put you in the witness protection program. What the hell? All right, today's top 10 worst panty drivers. Droppers. Gotta be good. Remember, but I gotta tell you a couple things about me so that you know what to expect here. Because you're probably gonna want to click off. I gotta be honest with you. I would click off after that display of searching for radon for 10. I mean, what is that? You're out. You're experiencing time in the same manner that I am. That was like 20 minutes there that it took, right? All right, so I am, not going to be partisan here. I'm not that guy. I'm not a partisan hack looking to score points and own the libs or hate on MAGAs. Y'all can fight amongst yourselves. I'm not going to tell you not to fight. I know you want to fight. I know you want to hate. It's the driving central mechanism and emotion of our era. Hating. Loving to hate. Till you go on, it's working so well that I can't imagine that you want to do anything differently. Bomb cyclones. Oh no, bomb cyclones are coming. The bomb cyclones are coming. So I'm not going to be that guy, okay? Machiavelli was 1400 something like that. I was working with Medici's. I mean, Medici's at the time were pretty powerful, but where are they now? What have the Medici's done for me lately? But more importantly, it's a 600-year-old philosophy. And while that doesn't necessarily diminish the relevancy of it, it does cause one to think, like, how come we're still falling for this stupid 600-year-old shiznaz? But let me be honest with you, I'm going to give us a caveat here, try to be as honest as I can. I'm a few spanners short of a toolbox. Okay? So if I say stuff that you think is like questionable, stuff like that, like radon exists. I think we can all agree that radon would have been funny in the joke I was trying to set up if I could have either thought of it on time or found it with my first Google search instead of going through 4 Google searches. But this is not all about me beating you over the head with a bunch of like dogmatic expressions of my own mental acuity and massive field of reference. It's not that. It's not about that. It's about getting you to engage with the world around you, to peel that fat, stinking ass that's literally carved into the cushions on your sofa, up off of itself, to find a way to help solve the problems instead of being one. We all know how much you hate your fellow man. It's obvious. Okay, so we'll give you that one. You can keep all the hatred in your heart for your fellow man that you want. And you can paint groups with broad brushstrokes and be bigoted all your life. And that's fine. Nobody's gonna, like, oh, it's gonna be fine. Just lie down, little Rip Van Winkle, and have yourself another nap for another 100 years. We'll take care of all the rest of it while you just sort of detach and isolate. But the fact is that, everybody's doing that. So, hey, if you want to be that unique individual that you always perceived yourself to be, why not try something different? Why not trying to figure out a good place to start? If you don't want to get to know book learning or reading stuff about history or other thing, we live in a world that's teeming with massive need. Whether it be homeless people needing dry socks, all the way up to brainless people in control of our politics and economy. Where you could, say well, they ended food stamps for tons of people. Start up a frickin' one of those food boxes or something with some of your friends. Or, volunteer at a food kitchen, or, come up with some donor drives, bake sales, or whatever it is you can do. Do it! Help people who are in need. I will say it for them that cannot. They cannot connect with you for whatever reason it might be. Help! We need you. People need you. They're desperate. They're praying for someone to come along and help bail them out of these impossible, painful, grievous situations. But like I said, I'm a few spanners short of a toolbox, so don't listen to me, man. Figure it out for yourself. If you don't believe that there's so many people in need, then just look around you or look it up. Maybe you can give one night of TV a week. Is that a lot to ask for a jumping off point? Yeah, maybe at some point you build it up to 1.5 nights. Woo! All right, so let's get down to... we got commercials. Jesus Christ. Freaking commercials. All right, we're in part sponsored by Top 10 Worth of List. This is part sponsored by the History of Luxury Boxes, on the Learning Channel. Details all the way from the tiny little luxury boxes that were 99% radio broadcast facilities to the overwhelming ring of luxury in Dallas's latest multi-billion-dollar monstrosity. The History of Luxury Boxes. Did you not hear me? Stick around and watch it. It's Mondays at 2. And then, of course, we're sponsored by the HBA, Hobbits Basketball Association, serving up facials, mega facials, right in the face of those goddamn Elvin Hayes? Is that the guy was a Wizards? What's that? That'd be good. You shall not pass. Result meaning, you shall not pass or hit the 3 from downtown. You shall not hit the 3 from downtown. The Washington Wizards have said so. Elfin Baylor? I've forgotten my basketball elfins. Almost had a good joke there. Elvin Baylor from the Lakers, and then you had Elvin, somebody else from the Wizards. Whatever, it's freaking the Hobbit Basketball Association. Don't leave home without it. And Vigilante Pacifist coming to the Discovery Channel. It's the tale of bold, innovative, brave men in the Pacific Northwest who volunteered to keep settlers safe from multi-level marketing schemes targeted to children. It's Vigilante Pacifists. They're loaded, they're locked and loaded, they're carrying, but they're pacifists, so, it's like, whatever. This shall not pass to the key and set a pick. Oh, wait, no, that's the Hobbit Basketball Association again. God damn it! I can't. Uh-oh. It's 4th of July. I just heard my first firework in the morning. 11 a.m.? Really? All right, top 10 worst panty droppers. These are worst panty droppers. Keep in mind that these are the things that are least likely to drop someone's panties or make them feel like the panties ever need. Oh, God. Jesus Christ. It is 81 degrees in here, and it is humid around my body and face and head and hair as it is neath my abdominal flap. Enough said. All right, top 10 worst panty droppers. I think you got the hang of it. Number 10, The Doors invented prog rock. Okay, now a lot of these, I've seen a lot and I enjoy them quite a bit. These people talking about music on the YouTubes and such and all the other places that they have the podcasting. And they talk about prog rock and they talk about it like it's like this big British thing. They embrace the ownership of, the British, the prog rock is a British thing. It is not. Prog rock was invented by The Doors on 2 songs on their first album, which was in January of 1967. Thank you very much. Light My Fire and The End are the invention, creation of prog rock right there. And even when the music's over, I think came out in late 1967. And that's prog, I don't know, a year or two before any of the British people started doing that crapola. No, I love prog. Don't get me wrong. I make fun of it because I love. I tease because I love. I know I get a lot of, blowback from my teasing and my the attitude I cop about is I tease because I love. I get blowback. Totally do. Totally get blowback. It's gone. All right, number 9. To the top 10 worst panty droppers. The Doors, man. Like I tell you, Light My Fire's got a big, long prog rock solo. And it's virtuosity, it's weird themes, it's oblique lyrically and intense and long as hell. The original, the non-radio version is like, I don't know, it's like an hour and a half long or something crazy like that. What do you think I am, a freaking encyclopedia? Oh my God, I'm in so much pain. All right, let's go on to number 9. John Bolton is busted and pleads guilty in June of 2026. Pleads guilty for stealing and misuse of confidential government documents, and gets punished. He's getting punished. He's still in the middle of getting punished. I don't know what his final outcome of his. He's got to probably do some appeals and all that kind of stuff. But he's getting punished. He's pleaded guilty. This is the same thing that Trump did, though, right? But to a much, much lesser extent of punishment, because the psychotic that Trump appointed to be Judge Aileen Cannon, who, by the way, only sees that one picture of her. Has anybody ever seen a different picture? Does Aileen Cannon actually exist? You see that one picture, you're like... And it's the only picture they post. That same goddamn picture of her with that hair. That guy that... That horrible, thin, stupid-ass hair. Hey, Judge Eileen Cannon, 1972 called me, want their hairstyle back. Are you related to Susan Day? Were you part of the Partridge Family? Is Judge Eileen Cannon, after she gets impeached for and thrown into Leavenworth, do you think they'll do, like in Leavenworth when she's there, do you think that they'll do like a reboot of the Partridge Family with Judge Eileen Cannon as Lori Partridge? We are free, gonna travel together. Keep moving on. Then it's time to change, it's time to rearrange. Judge Eileen Cannon wouldn't even let the case be heard. It's pictures everywhere of classified files sitting in a goddamn public bathroom at Mar-a-Lago. I go in there all the time, take a deuce, drop a deuce, and it's just boxes, and just kind of look in and go like, oh my God. Oh my God. Trump's personal family lawyer, Robert Mueller, his previous job before he was Trump family lawyer was to represent the Trump family as their personal lawyer. No conflicts of interest. You'd say conflict of interest to anybody, and we will frickin' kill your family members in front of you and then make you eat the remains. I'm serious, like, does that judge really exist? Please put it in the comments. Or don't, I don't care for Pat's ass. I know you don't care. Number 8, the top 10 worst panty droppers. Hello, let's Mardi Gras, spring break, let's go to Mardi Gras. Number 8, they're starting to tear down malls now from neglect, and I'm sensing within me a duality. I never thought I would think this. I would thought back in the day, the 80s and stuff like that, seeing them tear down malls would be like a godsend. I'd be like, oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you for destroying this malevolence, this materialism. Praise be he. But now, I used to hate mall culture and the phoniness of it and the materialism. But now they're all being destroyed, and there's just like a void at the end of the hall, instead of a glowing, warm light, inviting light, it's Jeff Bezos and Walmart at the end of the hall. They're at the end of the rainbow. Instead of a pot of gold, it's hell and damnation. An endless cycle of shrinkflation and greedflation. I'm terrified. I can't believe it. Okay, stay cool, boy. Stay cool. I can't hang it. It's so hateful. The world's so hateful. Who made this hateful freaking world? God damn it! Oh, I'm better. Shove it up your pee hole, god damn it. Doink, 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 doink. Number 7, top 10 worst panty droppers. Calling people chicken in movies and TV always gets the protagonist to throw down. It's so dumb. You get some guy go, chicken. Every single time it works. Who the hell thinks that really works in real life or anything, or should be depicted as working? Just look at somebody acting like a chicken, you go like, are you taking lessons for that? Or, that's the same sound that your mother made last night when I was poking her from the rear. Or something to that effect. You know, where you just like, cause like, does that really work? I mean, has anybody in real life been like, you know, like, look, I know you're a bully, but I you know, and I'd probably be offended if I had any respect for you whatsoever. But I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to turn tail and walk away, proud that I didn't succumb to a no good, cheap, ne'er do well douchebag such as yourself. And, you know, if you don't like it, you can shove it up your pee hole. Doing, 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 die, 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 die. And then they start going, what? And people in real life turn around and go like, oh, now you've done enough. Okay, buddy, you asked for it. Faking out. Oh, holding you off with the jab. Got the, I won the battle of, what do they call that thing? Arm length. I've got better arm length. On over house, over the head. Well, in the right in the goddamn freaking third eye. Beef spaghetti in the third eye. He's down for the count. Praying to the spaghetti god. Oh, dear spaghetti god. Make me serve. Make me. Get it to the bell. Make it to the bell. Oh, it's the end of round one. That was pretty clunky. Huh? Well, improv is like that. You know, if you get what you pay for, which is nothing in this case. So, hey, you know, I feel perfectly fine with the level of entertainment / enlightenment that you're getting out of me in this particular venue. But it's, you know, it's like, you know, hey, what are you going to do? Improv, 99% of improv sucks. Have you been to an improv show? Like going like, you know, people are seriously, like, sort of somewhere between madness and ultra level rationality, but it never works. The timing sucks. The plots are thin. The people these days, most people suck no matter where you go. Improv may be a little bit better because people are sort of trying to work in, trying to become smooth at flow and delivery and still sentient about keeping some sort of, you know, through line in their thought process where they make a point at the end of the rant or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not good at it myself. I just kind of point myself and, you know, like try to shove out as much information as I possibly can before people realize that he's just talking. He's not making any points. He's just rambling on and ranting and talking just to hear the mellifluous sounds of his marvelous voice. And he does have a deep, husky voice that's capable of seriously panty dropping dulcet tones. Number 6 of the top 10 worst panty droppers. Hit TV sitcoms are contractually obligated to do Christmas and Halloween specials. Everywhere you go, people want to know how King of Queens is celebrating Halloween, or Everybody Loves Raymond celebrating Christmas every goddamn year. The Simpsons, the Blahs, the Goldbergs, whatever. How the Goldbergs are celebrating Christmas. Why is it? Do you think? Let me ask you. Let's wrap. Let's go one-on-one here. It's like, you know, no wrong answers. Do you think that the sitcoms are? Why do you think the sitcoms are contractually obligated to do Christmas and Halloween specials every year? Let's just think about it for 1 second. You think that maybe I'll go first here because I can't hear you? Well, let's let you go first. Yeah, interesting point. I apologize, by the way. I've got the fans going. It's still 81. My abdominal flap is like one of those little wading pools that you get set up for your dogs in hot weather. Uh, 2 scoops. I think, all right, so enough. I'm not buying your argument. I don't think it's well thought out. I don't think it was well presented. I think you're sort of trying to obfuscate the issue and get away from it. I think you might be a sellout, a brown noser, a freaking toady, a bootlicker. Personally, that's how I feel. I'm being honest here. But it's obviously doing the Xmas thing, the Halloween things, because they want to sell. You know, that's a big, busy time for them. The Halloween thing, you know, they actually work. They changed daylight savings time to try to accommodate Halloween to get you an hour more of sunlight during the day. It never really works out. Halloween in my area, temperate area, seems like it's always a little too chilly to let the kids go out, and too much razor blades in the apples type of vibe. But hey, you know what? The fact is that it's the thought of these things, the anticipation of these things that people prepare, and they buy all the candy and they eat it themselves, and they become super fat, and they spend a bunch of money, and chocolate beans are kind of like an endangered species list. So we might not have chocolate around much longer, real chocolate, and they've been creating artificial chocolate in the labs, stuff like that, and it's like people are starting like, oh my God, we're gonna lose chocolate. We might even lose Cavendish bananas. Oh no, those are my favorite. There's everybody's favorite. God damn it! Part of my mustache went with that last gesticulation. But it's, you know, they're half this Christmas thing. It's just to remind everybody the importance of the season and the reason for the season. What's the reason for the season? The pellet with the poison, the brew that is the castle, the vessel with the pestle is the chalice from the palace. God damn it! Look, you got me all screwed up now. The frick? Something's wrong. Something's really wrong with you. Xmas is this move swag. Obvious. And get people to think it's more important than it is. It's not important. It's irrelevant. What we should be doing is every Christmas we should be giving to others in greater need than ourselves. That's it. Not to ourselves. What the hell have you done to deserve a nice new sweater or some beta blockers? You haven't done nothing. You're a chump. You're owned 100%. I don't care what side of the freaking aisle you are. You're angry. You're full of hate. You don't deserve a present. Hello. Wake up call. Object you. Owned. Swish from downtown. Swish. Up your ass, buddy. You know it. You know it's goddamn true. And the Halloween special is just, to make people fat. To make sure they're so hooked on freaking candy that when the AI robots come for us in a year or two, they'll be able to chase us down nice and easy. Even though we really don't have to worry about that because they already got the AI robots, cybernetic robots that they're running in China. They're running half marathons. You think anybody you've seen in when was the last time you saw somebody in person that you felt even a mild degree of confidence that they could do a half marathon and outrun a goddamn cybernetic robot? I'd be going, okay. You imagine me trying to outrun a cybernetic robot? Step 2 is when I anticipate they would catch me. I've got one step on them because I've got long legs. I get that first step. By step 2, I've got the attack dogs have taken me down. They've taken me down. Help me. Top 10 worst of fans. What was my name today? I can't remember my name today. It was Fess up? No. Murray Abraham. No, F. Murray Abraham. Okay, and same thing for F. Scott Fitzgerald. God damn it, both of yous. I'm coming for yous. Oh, Rob, you blind? Was that? I'm Rob. Rob, you blind. Today's top 10 worst stuff. This is part sponsored by. A new rodeo coming through Chicago, made possible by the fact that we've got two, not one, but two country music stations, which is done. It's sort of like a social dominance type of thing, but they will give licenses out to country music radio stations in a town that's virtually, sort of locked into rock and roll and pablum and modern day artificially constructive music and hip hops and stuff like that on the clear channels. But they've got two country stations near. You know why? Because it makes it easy for people to be able to create cost-effective campaigns for country-oriented endeavors and products. So if you got a rodeo coming through Chicago before the two country stations, you'd never be able to get a single person out. But with two country stations, now you got the community, everybody who's into country music in Chicago's got radio stations to choose from that they can listen to. Where's the, for acid rock, man? Somebody like me, I want some blistering, hardcore, riff-oriented acid rock and original music, like local music. Where's the music station here in Chicago that features local music? These are our goddamn airwaves. Our airwaves that belong to us. Why are people protesting about us not having our own radio stations that can promote music and comedy and upcoming shows and independent voices 24/7 every goddamn day? No, we gotta have rock music made from the 1980s. Who the hell wants that? Nobody wants that. We accept it because we've been conditioned to accept it. Yes, thank you, sir. May I have another? So anyway, back to the commercial. The first rodeo, where the ad campaign is, it's not our first rodeo. It's first rodeo coming to Chicago, made possible by the fact that your goddamn government sellout overlords have given licenses to two country music stations so that people can advertise on radio for cheap, and every single country fan is listening to those freaking radio stations. If I had, and this is how social Darwinism works, if I had one local music radio station, and local music, local promotions, local interviews with local creators and small businesses all the time on schedules so that people knew where to go and could go there all the time to check this stuff out, you'd have a whole heck of a lot more thriving local businesses and local artists and stuff, with people being able to create without having to be responsive to the corporate ethos that's literally destroying our souls. It's first rodeo. Come on down. Give up your soul and enjoy horses being slaughtered for your entertainment. Don't forget, 1,800 horses a year died because of horse racing. Look it up if you don't believe me. I don't want you to believe me. I want you to look it up. Number 5 in the top 10. Worst panty droppers. Quint, the guy, the shark hunter from the original Jaws movie, Quint means 5. And he's the 5th victim of the shark in Jaws. Isn't that weird? I just saw that the other day. God damn it. What the hell's wrong with you? That's weird. God damn it. Let's do this thing. Quint, it means 5. You're the shark. I get these. This is it. Hooper. Don't wait for me. Hooper, get the barrels tied off. There he comes at 35 feet. 30 feet. Hooper's 35. Hooper. Don't wait for me. And then Dustin Hoffman, from the movie Tootsie, shows up, right? Like Dustin Hoffman from the end of Tootsie, and he goes to says to Quint, he says, "Our part's done. We're already good friends." Hubert, it's got the thing at the Indianapolis. I dropped 1,400 men went into the water. 2.3 men came out. Sharks took to that. July the 12th, 1942. 5. I'll never wear a life jacket again, goddammit. Oh, look who it is. It's Nick Nolte from the movie 48 Hours. You're done in the story. Weak. My Quint is getting much better. But my Nick Nolte is, it's falling off the table. Quint means 5, and it's these victim. That's weird stuff. That's almost Illuminatus type of stuff. I gotta tell frickin' Taylor Swift. It'll blow her frickin' mind. And Beyonce. Oh, and Beyonce. I like numbers, like things. Blue IV. Right? It's IV. It's the Roman numeral for 4. It's not Ivy. And the song that everybody goes, Mary's Oats and Dozy Oats and Little Lambs Eat Ivy. It's not this ramshackle bunch of weird enunciated syllables that don't seem to make any sense. Let me slow it down for you. Mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy. A kid'll eat ivy too. Wouldn't you now? Normal speed. Mares does Number 4. Fantastic. I had a good old time. It's 4th of July. It's 11:30. I've been doing this for 7 hours straight. Let me have just a laugh or two. Jesus Christ, you gotta, how big is the stick up your ass? Number 4, Chicago blocks the Lucas Museum. Now, here we go. Chicago doing things that are anti-democratic, anti-democratic party, anti-working class by blocking what was to have been a $1 billion museum investment about narratives, storytelling, and movie history, and storytelling in general. Big, beautiful space. They wanted to get it on the lakefront. The only reason that Chicago was even considered for this was because George Lucas's wife is from Chicago, and she wanted to do this in Chicago. And they came to Chicago and we've got $1 billion. We want to create this big, huge, beautiful museum on your museum campus. Let's get to work. And Chicago was like, up yours, George Lucas. And up the street, who your wife is. And I said, take your money and scram. And he did. And he built this beautiful, crazy, wonderful, wild museum out in LA. And this is right before Disney bought out, or right as Disney was buying out Lucasfilm. So there was going to be a whole bunch of new, and they turned out to be crap. But we didn't know that at the time. Could have been great movies that would have created huge demand for tourism in Chicago and accentuated the museum campus with this beautiful new museum. Have you seen the museum? It looks like a foot. It looks like a giant foot. But they got grass on the top of the roof and stuff. It's real modular. And I don't even know what's going on inside of it. I'm judging a book by cover. I should never judge books by covers, even if it's just a museum. God damn it. Number 3 of the top 10 were Panty Droppers. During the 2026 World Cup, the media decided it was time to change the spelling and pronunciation of the name of the country, Turkey, to Turkey. I don't know, it's got an umlaut in it. It's so incredibly off-putting. And they do this all the time. They'll do these things that they're doing, all the media will act in concert with each other without being connected, allegedly. They did it with, they call the Las Vegas shooting. It happened a bunch of years ago, the Outdoor Festival of Las Vegas. They all called it in unison, in concert with each other, the worst mass killing in modern American history. They all called it modern American history. I'm serious, they did. And I'm like, look, listen to this thing going like, was there like 75 something people or whatever now? Immensely tragic. I'm not trying to make light of it. I'm actually trying to point it out for our own benefit, so we know the nature and scope of our captivity. And they, every single news outlet was calling modern American history. Was there? Now help me out here. Was there a non-modern American history mass shooting that was more than 75 people that I missed? I mean, like, going like back to the Revolutionary War era, was like some guy climbed up to a bell tower with a musket and started like, firing off people. It would have taken a year with that, so why did they add the word modern into the goddamn thing? And Kyiv, the whole Kyiv thing, why all of a sudden, right before the goddamn Russian invasion of Ukraine, as the media all together, all at once, in lockstep with each other, started calling Kyiv. It's weirdness, man. There's stuff going on, and you've totally lost the, what do they call it thing? You let your eyes roam from the prize. Too busy. This is the jangly keys. Here's the prize. You're like, at first you're like, ooh, it's a surprise. And the jingle. Oh, yeah. Oh, jangly keys. How emotive feelings I've never felt in a long time. Twice over. God, jangly keys. Be my bride. And that's the way you are, man. That's the way it is. It's the way they're doing these things these days. They got us 9 Ways to Sunday on super ultra mega intellectual lockdown, and we've yet to even realize the nature and scope of our captivity. And it's, quite frankly, it's depressing and off-putting. And this is the same thing they did right before the Russians, the change key, proves they're in cahoots. Plus, this is the type of thing that pisses right-wingers off and gets them to the polls, which is why I think a lot of these things, hit right before presidential elections. The Turkey thing happened actually right as the World Cup was happening in the U.S. The FIFA Cup, I should call it. That's not my world. That's not my president. It's not my world. Polls, right wingers, they hear this stuff and they start pronouncing Turkey, and they go like, oh damn, oh, it's time to own the liberals. Please, God, give me the ability to shoot them legally with my 4 million guns. Number 2, the top 10 worst panty droppers. Grumpy Cat. Does anybody remember Grumpy Cat? Grumpy Cat was the most popular meme of the Great Recession in 2008 that got us all through, a very difficult time. And Grumpy Cat was there to help us through, to lend a paw. But it did kind of look a little weird, didn't it? Because that whole time that the people were laughing at it and buying calendars, Grumpy Cat calendars and Grumpy Cat coffee mugs and Grumpy Cat swag. Probably the biggest swag of the Great Recession. Put it, at their, get Grumpy Cat dartboards to put at their desks to make fun with it with their coworkers and such. But this whole time they're making fun of a medically deformed cat suffering from a disease called feline dwarfism. So all these people are like going, oh, the Grumpy Cat, look at Grumpy Cat, Grumpy Cat, are actually laughing and making fun of a cat suffering from feline dwarfism and died at 7. I don't know for sure if it was from feline dwarfism, but I'm going to pretend that it was. So you're all laughing at a disease that killed your beloved Grumpy Cat. How do you feel about yourself? You goddamn freaking PC thug. It's surprise. You're as bad as everybody that you're pointing the finger at. What a shock. Now this could be a teachable moment, because if we can ask one cat to overcome its challenges for the benefit of millions, because those were tough times, and Grumpy Cat was right there for us, providing what we needed, even suffering through its pain, its anguish, giving to us, even in spite of the detrimental horrors of feline dwarfism. Because it was tiny. I think Grumpy Cat was puny. But if one cat can overcome its challenges to the benefit of millions, why can't we ask that of other performing animals? Really, because I'm big on this, man. I really don't flip the channel, because I got something important that needs to be said and heard in equal parts. We've got something that I define as, I call it the magical formative, transformational magical experiences. And that's where people, kids mostly, will have their first encounters with performing animals, and they'll see these great and magnificent creatures doing tricks and stunts, and they'll be they'll have a transformational experience in their lives. Well, they will be in love with animals and nature and biology and all kinds of different things, and have a great likelihood to be dedicated to them. Excuse me. And when we take away those animals and those shows, are we really protecting? Or was that movie, that Blackfish, a hit piece designed specifically to destroy those magical experiences, to get people at the earliest ages, the most impressionable ages, to no longer have those interactions with these magnificent animals that would fuel a life dedicated to helping animal rights and human obligations? And I'll bet you anything, and they'll keep the numbers from us, I'll bet you that the drop-off since those shows ended is immense. In the thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe more, of kids who no longer had those experiences, no longer had that gateway to the magical transformative experience, which turned them on to loving these creatures for their whole lives. I mean, really, whether it be volunteering, Greenpeace, whatever you want to call it, or just biological, helping out, being, caretakers for animals and stuff like that. Tillicum, 65 years worth of animal shows, there's only been 4, I think it was, tragedies revolving around orcas, and 2 or 3 of them were Tillicum. So it's really rare. And then maybe they go through, maybe they have to work, maybe they're imposed upon, maybe it's not comfortable for them, and maybe it's not great. But what's less great is having them wiped out when the social engineering and the social Darwinism keeps fueling the Trumpites who are selling off all the national lands to do oil drilling and swamp drainage and stuff like that. And that's the only... and people drift towards that because of economic opportunities, not out of love. People see a whale show when they're a little kid. They love those creatures. They turn to a life of trying to help them because of that magical transformative experience that they have with kids. And we let them wipe it all out. And yeah, a lot of animals probably sacrificed doing a tough job. Well, who do you know? What creature on planet Earth do you know that's not under duress right now? I know I am. Most of the humans are under duress and pain and suffering with grief and anguish because the inhumanity to man is so intense and relentless. What are we going to do when the habitat for all the animals runs out, or when zoos fall into neglect, or what's going to happen next? With all that, when there's nobody gives a rat's ass, nobody's in those fields anymore. There aren't enough people to go around to protect those animals, to care for them, to become activists in their defense. Where's all the new, not Jane Seymour, what the hell is that lady? Jane Putnam? The ladies, god damn it, I gotta look another one up. Jesus Christ, I'm so tired. This frickin' my brain of mine. Jane Goodall. Jane Goodall and Monkey Nature Lady. Jane Goodall is one of them. There's one more. Charla Nash. Oh no, oh god. Jane Goodall. Okay, Diane Fossey. Where's all the Diane Fosseys and the Jane Goodalls? You got that one lady, the daughter of the guy who died from the stingray. She's running around doing stuff. But it's she got the same notoriety. Diane Fossey? Jane Goodall? They don't exist anymore. And there's a large part of that is because they stopped having animal shows. Yeah, it's tough on the animals. Well, it's tough. Life's tough on everybody now. We need to all pull together, not just human beings. We need all living creatures to fight for our survival. The world is about to implode from climate change. And a lot of other stuff, too. AI robot, do you think the AI robots are going to care for the animals? Hells no. They don't need to eat food, comestibles, proteins. So what the hell do they need to protect animals anymore? Just come in, harvest them, make perfume out of every goddamn whale in the whole goddamn ocean. And they'll be able to, they'll have AI cybernetic submarines that can go to depths, the murky depths, where the Lady of the Lake holds the mighty sword Excalibur. Alright, I'm running out of time here. And patience. I've lost my frickin' hate you so much. And number one, this is an important one. I'm going to ring the bell first. Because I want you to go, out to your windows or whatever. Open your window up. Open your doors up. Pull over to the side of the road. Get out of your car. I want you to really belt it out. I want you to go to your windows. I want you to scream. I don't want you to get angry. I want you to say, I'm mad as hell, and I'm going to use your mouth as a toilet. Go to your windows now. Don't let them run over you anymore. Don't let them exploit you like you're some sort of cheap garbage. I want you to go out to your freaking windows and your doors and outside of your cars and to your sports centers, baseball games, and I want you to scream out loud as you can. I'm mad as hell, and I'm going to use your mouth as a toilet. God, can't you do anything to save yourself, to save the rest of us? Can't you see the suffering that's going on? People are jumping off of the top of buildings at Foxconn centers where they're building your goddamn Apple phones. There's so many people are trying to commit suicide off the rooftops of Foxconn factories where they're building your goddamn Apple phones that they put netting or on a safety net so they can catch the people so they don't die. They rather die than build your goddamn iPhones anymore. And you're just sitting there going like, scroll, 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 tappy, tappy, tappy. I want you to right now. I don't want you to forget it. I want you to lose it. Ramp it up, baby. Take control of your world again. You can do it. Go to your windows now, right this very minute, and scream as loud as you can. I'm mad as hell, and I'm going to use your mouth as a toilet. That's it. Goodbye.